All right, let's talk about something you use dozens, maybe even hundreds of times a day without even thinking about it. We're going to pull back the curtain on the invisible artificial intelligence that's working inside your smartphone, turning it from just a phone into a seriously smart assistant. Okay, let's dive in. So let me just ask you this straight up. How many times have you already used AI today? Think about it. Before you even left the house, before your first coffee. You might be thinking, zero? Or maybe, I have no idea. Well, the truth is, you've probably used it multiple times already. And that's because so much of this AI is designed to work quietly in the background, just making your life a little bit easier in ways you don't even notice. So to really show you what I mean, let's walk through a typical day in the life of your phone's AI. Okay, so our journey starts with the very first thing most of us do in the morning. We grab our phones. And it all kicks off with just a simple glance. That split-second action of looking at your screen to unlock it, boom, that's your first AI interaction of the day. And what's happening in that moment is unbelievably complex. So how is it so fast? Well, the second you look at your phone, its camera and AI leap into action together. First, the camera instantly maps out all your unique facial features. We're talking the exact shape of your eyes, where your nose is, the position of your lips. Then, the AI takes that live map and compares it to the secure facial data that's already stored on your phone. And finally, if it's a match, you're in. And this whole security check happens in, like, the blink of an eye. But the learning doesn't stop there, not even close. As soon as you're in, your phone is already trying to guess your next move, all based on what you've done before. It's learning your personal routine so it can be more helpful. And you see this with smart suggestions all the time, right? The AI is just watching your daily habits. For instance, if you always open that same news app at 7 a.m., your phone will start suggesting it right on your home screen right at that time. Or maybe you call the same friend every Tuesday afternoon, well, their contact might just pop up as a suggestion. It's literally learning your patterns to become a true personal assistant. All right, next up, let's look at how this AI is woven into the features we use all day long. This is what I'm calling the everyday AI magic. Think about your phone's camera for a second. It's not just about how many megapixels it has anymore, is it? The real power now comes from the AI working behind the scenes, pretty much making you a better photographer without you having to lift a finger. So, how does it do that? It's through something called scene detection. The AI basically acts like a tiny professional photo editor living inside your camera. When you point your camera at something, the AI instantly figures out what it's looking at. Is it a plate of delicious food? A huge sweeping landscape? A portrait of a friend in low light? Based on that analysis, it automatically tweaks all the settings, brightness, contrast, color, to make that specific shot just pop. And this magic, it just keeps going when you start to type. You know that little suggestion that appears above your keyboard, the one that feels like it's reading your mind? Yep, that's AI, trying to finish your sentences for you. The idea is so simple but so powerful. The AI just learns from all your past messages and common phrases. So you type good, and it predicts you're probably about to type morning next and just serves it up. It seems like such a tiny thing, but think about how much time that actually saves you over thousands of messages. And you know what else it does? It actually clears up your conversations. Have you ever been on a phone call, maybe on a super noisy street or in a crowded cafe, but the person on the other end could hear you perfectly? That's AI-powered noise reduction at work. It's been trained to know the specific sound of a human voice and to filter out all that background chaos, so only you come through crystal clear. Okay, now let's talk about the features where the AI really steps up its game and starts acting like your own dedicated personal assistant. You know the drill. A simple command like, "Hey Google, play music," or "Hey Siri, what's the weather?" feels so simple to us, but behind the scenes, it kicks off this incredibly complex chain of events, all powered by AI. So let's break down that process. First, the AI has to hear your spoken words and accurately turn them into digital text. Then, the really clever part is, it has to analyze that text to figure out what you actually want, to find the command. And finally, it carries out that action and usually gives you a verbal response. From voice to text to action and back to voice, all in just a couple of seconds. It's amazing. And here's one of the most useful things the AI does, but it's something you probably never even see. It manages your phone's most precious resource, its battery. Your phone is constantly and actively managing its own energy use. Here's how it pulls that off. The AI is always learning your usage patterns. It figures out which apps you barely use and can freeze them in the background so they're not secretly draining your power. It intelligently adjusts your screen brightness based on your surroundings and your habits. And it manages the phone's processor to give you power when you need it and save it when you don't. But of course, all of this incredible convenience doesn't just come out of nowhere. It's all powered by data. And that brings us to the hidden trade-off. So you really have to weigh the power of these features against the price, you know? On one side, you get these unbelievably smart, personalized features and just the ultimate convenience. You get a phone that truly adapts to you. But on the other side, the price you pay is your data. Your face data is stored, your voice data is analyzed, and your daily usage patterns are tracked to make it all happen. Now, the good news here is that phone manufacturers, they get it. They know privacy is a huge deal. So there's been a big shift to do more of this AI processing directly on your device, instead of sending your data to some remote server in the cloud. This means your personal stuff, like your face map or voice commands, doesn't even have to leave your phone to be analyzed. That's a massive security upgrade. But still, it's always smart to pay attention to the permissions you're giving your apps. So when you really step back and look at your day, from the very moment you unlock your phone to every single photo you snap, every call you make, and every little suggestion it offers you, artificial intelligence is the silent partner, just quietly working in the background to make your device smarter and more helpful. The thing is, your phone is constantly learning from you. It's getting smarter every single day. And that really just leaves us with one big, fascinating question. What on earth is it going to learn to do next?